What's up, guys? We're back out here again, ready for a new video. So we made a nice bit of headway with the bike. It's starting to kind of shape up a little bit, except for the forks and the wheels. So we're kind of just going to be doing some more odds and ends starting off in the video. Our foot pegs finally showed up, so we're going to get those installed. So we've got our new IMS foot pegs finally showed up. They are slick. These are the IMS Pro series. Super shiny on the outside and a nice gray finish on the inside with some great teeth. Those should be sick. So we're going to get those all greased up and put on. And I've also got our rear brake clevis and all the stuff to go with that. So we're ready to go there. Some of the other things I need to get around to is I need to get around to rebuilding these forks. I kind of got everything there. Our oil, our seals, all the tools and stuff, so I got to get down to that. I have the seat stripped, but I need to get around to actually stapling the cover onto it. I'm waiting for a rotor and a sprocket to show up for parts. Got our airbox all cleaned up and put together there. It's just got to get mounted in the subframe, which is also there and cleaned up and ready to go. Our silencer is good to go. Most of our stuff is pretty well good to go. Some other odds and ends up here that I've just been picking away at. And the other thing that's going to take some more time is the wheels. I've got to get these things a bit cleaner. Wheels are something they're not my strong suit, so I need to figure that out and just deal with it. But other than that, she's coming along and we're soon going to be ready to get a few plastics mounted up. So our spring just goes on here like this. This part of it rests on the foot peg. And this part will rest on the frame. It just goes around the round part here. Just drop your pin through. And then from the bottom we got to get our washer and cotter pin. Alright guys, we got our pegs all installed. They're looking sick. So hammered out both sides. Got our cotter pins all wrapped in around. I'll just show you guys quickly how that looks. You can see there it just goes up through the front and then bends around the back. People always debate about the orientation of these, but it is what it is. So should be good. Oh, sorry. Plenty of grip, so it's gonna be nice. Alright guys, now we're ready to install our brake clevis. So it's just gonna bolt in through here, and then we'll have a pin that goes through here, and we can't forget our spring. So we'll hang this spring first, and then we can get a spring puller on the bottom after this. So now we'll just bolt in. Alright, so now we're just going to install our rear brake line. Both crush washers. Alright guys, so now we're ready to install our subframe and airbox. I just got the top bolt, our clamp is loosened off. I did install the little glider wheel on the bottom there for the chain. This one right here, I don't know if you can see it, pre-installed that. So just throw this thing on and she'll start to take shape then. What's up, guys? We are back out here again. I got some more parts laid out to install, so I'll just show you guys quickly what I have. So today I plan on installing like the exhaust, so I've got the silencer there. I got the radiator guards, the ignition cover, and the sprocket cover, and the brake line holders for the rear. All those things I kind of just spray painted them black. They came out okay. This ignition cover was in hard shape to begin with. Don't know if I'll be keeping it on the build or not, but for now it's better than it was, so we'll live with that for now and it'll do its job. Other than that, I've got the gaskets here, the new O-rings for the silencer. This is just a stock silencer. I stripped it, cleaned it up with the Scotch-Brite pad, the Primamex pads, and heated up the welds and then just coated it in WD-40. It's not bad shape. There's a couple of bad dents up here. I'll show you guys. So this dent here, these two are probably the worst. They're really ugly, but they're in the bottom of the pipe. And, you know, they're not leaking or nothing like that, so we'll live with that. There was a couple other dents right here. You can see this one. It's a lot smaller than it was. There were two big dents here, but I got those out with some compressed air and a lot of heat. So I'm making the best out of what I have here basically with some of these parts, but it is what it is at this point, so we're just going to get it together, and as time goes on, if I decide I like this bike a lot, maybe I'll upgrade some things in the future, but I can't see why some of these parts won't get the job done for now and still look pretty cool. Alright guys, so we're going to start with our ignition cover. I've already got the fresh gasket on here, and I'm using my bolt engine fastener kit, of course, so alright guys, so I've got this ignition cover on. You can see kind of like along here, it's all rough. This cover had a crack in it, so I sanded it down. I epoxied it so it was like sealed up on the inside and the outside. And I just used sandpaper to smooth it out as best as I can, but obviously like the black paint is still going to show the epoxy and along with all the other imperfections that are wrong with this cover, but yeah, it's not bad for now, and it'll do the job until a Boysen one is in the budget, so it's pretty good. Alright guys, sorry my camera died, but I finished screwing in the holders for the brake lines, or for the rear brake line I should say. This caliper is looking sick, can't wait to get the wheel fitted on there. Everything's good on this side. Also, I just went and threw in the radiator guards. I don't know if you guys can see those there. Those just snap in pretty easy. They just fall into these holes here and then snap in here. And basically, once you get your tank shrouds on, holds it all in place. So that's beautiful. And I've got the silencer. I got the stock like O-ring on there, I guess, or like the coupling. And then I got the mounts with some bolts for the expansion chamber. I threw in the new O-rings in the end of that, so that's pretty much good to mount. I just had to go through my hardware and pick out some mounting bolts for this silencer, and we're good to throw the exhaust system on. Alright, to get started, I'm just going to thread on these mounts. So this one has like this bushing or spacer that just mounts in down here. And I'm only going to put these fingers tight because we're going to want to maneuver this thing around once we get it mounted up. Alright guys, so the clearance between the radiator and the exhaust is really close, so I just loosened off the mounts just to give myself that extra little bit of space. We'll tighten all that back up after. Alright, so that's on up there. One spring. Two spring. So that's it for up there. Now we'll just put our bolts in. So for now we're just going to install the one lower mount because this one up here, I think it's probably this one back here, requires us to install the fender. Not quite there yet, so we're just going to do the lower mounting point for now, and that should be good to get us through. But I did notice that it looks like the nut that's supposed to be on the back of this subframe tab is off, so I'm going to need to find a nut for this bolt once I get it on. I think I'm going to need a longer bolt. Here we go. I'm just going to get a second washer for the back. Alright, so we got the exhaust on there. Our springs are all mounted up. We're cleared of the radiator, just barely. And it doesn't look horrible, but you know, it is what it is. It's got some character for sure, but who knows, maybe in the future we'll get a new pipe for this thing. And the stock silencer, I've heard a lot of people talk about this, how they tend to go sideways sometimes. Yeah, so I may try and straighten it out. I may just leave it. We'll see what happens. Ideally, I'd like for it to be straight, but there's only so much you can do. Alright guys, that's going to just about do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way through, don't forget to subscribe. My Instagram is @selectmx_, so you can get like more frequent updates. In the next video, we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff, so stay tuned for that. And I just really can't wait to get this thing fired up so we can start riding it. It's got some nice weather coming, so hopefully going to be gluing this build up soon. Thanks again.